Hey, welcome back everybody to Game 4 of Sparkyz vs MBCGame Hero, and this has just been a really funny set altogether. Game 1 having that awkward Mutalisk standoff, and then Game 2 Yarnk pulling out the incredibly gas-heavy instant late-game Zerg build, and then last game Lita bringing out, trying to prove the point that late-game massive Wraiths might be a slightly better tech option than Battlecruisers, so yeah, exciting all around. Anyways, we're going to see if Game 4 can live up to what it's come so far. We're going to have Tazza for Sparkyz versus JaeHoon. Yes, JaeHoon, indeed. Sorry about that. And then, yeah, and this is going to actually feature one of the new maps for round 2. This is Neo Heartbreak Ridge. I guess it's not really a new map as opposed to a revised map, and I'm a little upset that it's going to be a mirror match because I'd like to see especially how Zerg is going to be played a little bit differently with the extra connections. And whoa, that is a very early probe going out. So once again, Neo Heartbreak Ridge, that is JaeHoon as the white Protoss in the east that send out that probe really early. And actually both players sending out a probe incredibly early. Both players going for some sort of rest strategy. That's Tazza as the purple Protoss starting in the west position, and those two probes did not see each other, which is also really funny. So this is going to be a interesting match, I think. This looks like both players going for proxy gateways outside of each other's right around each other's natural expansion. So this is just going to be a race to see who can do the most damage with their proxy zealots. And oh, that is a pretty slick move by JaeHoon. He's actually walling off that narrow choke point right between the main base and the natural expansion for Tazza, and it doesn't really matter though because neither player is going to have units coming out of their main base. They're both going to have units coming in. The one thing that this excuse me, does for JaeHoon is that it makes sure the zealots can't come from outside back in, and JaeHoon also has the possibility of doing the same thing at his own choke point, so he might be able to wall off Tazza. Tazza has only played once so far this year against Free, and I remember not completely writing him off at that point because he did a pretty good job early on of ooh, and JaeHoon doesn't see the proxy gateway, and that's actually gonna, oh, and a forge going as well, so he might drop in some cannons to support his excuse me, his zealots. And I can't remember what game it was. Somebody did a proxy forge on this map, well, on the old Heartbreak Ridge, where they put a cannon overlooking the main base from that little ridge behind the natural expansion, and it actually has really good range and protects that choke point, although that pylon is out of position to do anything about that. Looks like Tazza has decided to send his probe in to get a little bit of a scout, and ooh, he puts down a excuse me, he puts down a cannon in his mineral line, so I think Tazza is actually in pretty good shape if this cannon can warp in. The first zealot is out, doing a little bit of harassment. The scouting probe for JaeHoon has gone down. JaeHoon counters by killing one of those probes. 2 probes down so far for Tazza, and that cannon has got to be almost built. Meanwhile, the first zealot is down in the main base of JaeHoon, and JaeHoon doesn't have nearly as much to defend it, just all of his probes. So JaeHoon does manage to blow up that scouting probe that Tazza had, but Tazza still has that one zealot getting some free shots, but it's actually looking like JaeHoon's doing a nice bit of probe micro, stacking up pretty nicely to protect against the zealots. He might have trapped against one zealot. He's bringing his own zealot back. He's given up on his early harassment, so his proxy gateway is only going to be sending zealots back into this base. He might be able to, ooh, the surround on the zealot. He's actually able to kill one of Tazza's first zealots. I don't know how many kills Tazza had with that, but he's only got one on this zealot. I mean, one probe kill. So already not doing as much damage as JaeHoon was able to do with his single zealot, and now that single zealot is back into the main base, into his own main base to help defend. Tazza has finally got his second zealot back in the fray. He's going to be trying to surround that zealot. Nice snipe there by JaeHoon. JaeHoon's actually pulling out some really nice micro. He actually, he even saves his zealot and tries to regen a little bit of shields before going and trying to finish off that last zealot. He has sent another zealot to attack the pylon up there in the proxy gateways. So if Tazza, I'm having trouble remembering his name. Sorry, if Tazza isn't able to stop that one zealot and that he takes down that pylon, then he's going to be in a little bit of trouble because obviously he won't have any production gateway and he won't be able to drop any more cannons for a little while. He is bringing a zealot in to try to defend this. Pylon, and I think he will be able to do it. He's still got two zealots running around in JaeHoon's main base, finally getting another kill, although he has been not as effective as he really should be with two zealots in the main base, in the mineral lines. So gotta commend JaeHoon a little bit for his his probe micro, along with a little bit of zealot micro. Tazza looks like is sending a second probe up there. He might be trying to build another pylon, maybe for some cannons. If he could put a cannon up near this main base, even if it's just at that extractor, he could be able to delay JaeHoon a lot. He is putting it up there on top of that ridge that looks down over that choke point, so he will be able to do a lot of damage with that. It looks like Tazza has still not even tried to deal with that proxy barracks, or excuse me, the proxy gateway in his own base. Because JaeHoon is streaming out zealots still. He's trying to send another zealot to finish off that pylon, but he's got another one on the way, it looks like, on the minimap. And he's sending out another probe, so oh no, Tazza lets his own pylon go down, so JaeHoon being able to stop production at that proxy gateway for a little while. I think that probe is still in the area, so it might be able to put down another pylon to repower that gateway and forge, but he's gonna have to get that forge powered up anyways. Okay, it looks like he was able to plant down a cannon just before he did that, but another little slip of micro letting a zealot almost get up that ramp, so Tazza really needs to keep these three zealots of JaeHoon outside of that ramp so that cannon can warp in, and now that cannon has warped in and he is in a pretty good position, but it looks like JaeHoon might be running away to try to instantiate a counterattack. He is already busy teching up while Tazza is just busy with this single harassment. Two zealots duking it out. Looks like Tazza is finally trying to deal with that proxy gateway in his own base, but JaeHoon is up there with three zealots, and he looks like he's going to be able to take down that cannon. That cannon goes down, so Tazza losing his high ground advantage, and he has sent all of his zealots once again into the mineral line to try to stop this, but JaeHoon with a shield battery now is in pretty good position to stop this. It looks like Tazza was able to put down another cannon, and so these cannons might be in range. I think it's just out of range of that assimilator. JaeHoon finally putting down a cannon of his own to try to defend. Tazza furiously trying to take it out before it builds, and he does. So Tazza is going pretty much all in with this cannon rush strategy. The first Dragoon is out for JaeHoon now, so this Dragoon can be a very big turning point. He's also got that shield battery to help protect that Dragoon. It looks like those cannons are in range to attack the assimilator, so that will be able to slow down the tech a little bit. Not that it matters all that much. This is probably going to be a Zealot versus Dragoon battle, and Tazza is looking a little bit upset. I am wondering... Yes, okay, I was just making sure that I had the colors right. Yes, that is JaeHoon in the white, with his assimilator being attacked, but the amount of tech that JaeHoon's been able to put up in this short period has been able to give him a slight advantage, mainly because of those Dragoons. Once he gets Dragoon range for those, he will be able, I think he's able to outrange the cannon, so he should be able to take those out. I'm not sure, maybe they have the same range after that. Somebody should let me know about that, or I'll just look it up once this match is over. It's kind of embarrassing that I don't know that off the top of my head right now. Anyways, so JaeHoon with now three Dragoons in there trying to defend his main base, and it looks like that gateway has not gone down, but he has taken down the, excuse me, JaeHoon's proxy gateway is what I'm talking about, but he has taken down the pylon, so it's unpowered. A single zealot will be able to take that out pretty shortly. JaeHoon with a weird pylon out in the middle of nowhere. I don't know if he was planning on setting up some other proxy tech later on, but pylon sitting out there. Not sure how it got there. He sent out a second scouting probe, but I guess that scouting probe planted it. But JaeHoon is feeling pretty comfortable right now, putting down a second, third, and fourth gateway, so he's going to have a pretty big production advantage over Tazza unless Tazza tries to do the same. And despite Tazza having a presence within JaeHoon's main base, he still doesn't really have scouting information on those new gateways that are being built, just because, you know, he's confined to this area right next to all of these cannons that he's put up. Finally putting another cannon up to wall off that main base, so it's going to be very difficult for JaeHoon to break out with just Dragoons